Now at 9, the Trump administration is shifting $450 million of tariff revenue. Find out where the funds are going.
Then, the government is offering to partially cover November SNAP benefits. Find out what this means.
And next, a look at how SNAP benefit cuts are affecting the Delaware County community now.
And find out how Ball State students and staff are supporting each other during the red zone.
And I've got the details on Midweek Wins. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kamara Munn.
And I'm Aiden Murray.
The Trump administration is shifting $450 million in unused tariff revenue to keep the Women, Infants, and Children Food Assistance Program afloat into November. That's according to the National WIC Association. The move follows a $300 million infusion the program received last month amid the government shutdown. The latest funds may cover about 3 weeks for the benefits of nearly 7 million pregnant women, new moms, and young kids who take part. WIC helps enrollees buy infant formula, cheese, bread, fruits, vegetables, and other staples, and provides breastfeeding and nutrition support. The funding arrives as the Trump administration said it will not use leftover tariff funds to provide full food stamps benefits for November.
Help is on the way for Americans who rely on food stamp benefits. The Trump administration today said it will provide partial SNAP benefits for November amid the government shutdown. The U.S. Department of Agriculture said it will tap $4.65 billion from its contingency fund. That would cover 50% of current allotments for eligible households. However, recipients will not see the payments immediately. In court papers filed today, the administration said it decided against pulling money from other sources that would provide full SNAP benefits for November. The agency has said the program cost roughly $9 billion for the month. The Trump administration's move follows a federal judge's decision from last week.
On a local level, according to Indiana Family and Social Services Administration, 6,900 households in Delaware County are reliant on SNAP food benefits. NewsLink Indiana's Louise Haverez spoke to a local organization and family to show how SNAP will affect Delaware County.
Just before the holiday season, thousands of Hoosiers are preparing to see their SNAP food benefits decrease. Here in Muncie, local organizations such as Muncie Mission are working to prepare for this increased need. I spoke to the staff here at Muncie Mission about their predictions on how this will affect Delaware County.
Nobody should be hungry on the holidays.
Rising food prices and shrinking food assistance have pushed local food pantries past their comfort zones.
And this year, we've had to do our own shopping, and so we're spending thousands and thousands of dollars that typically were being covered by individuals bringing in canned food.
The pressure already visible. Families are lining up sooner than usual.
People are really nervous. We saw even in the last 2 weeks of our food pantry, people coming preemptively because they're worried that they're not going to have enough next month.
Edwards says it's not unemployment driving the demand, it's inflation. Many of the people she sees every day work full-time.
The vast majority of the people that come to us for help do have jobs, do work, but they're just trying to get by.
Muncie Mission will still host their Thanksgiving tradition of serving hundreds of home-cooked meals across the city.
We typically serve about 1,000, so individuals can come and pick up meals and bring them home to their families, or if they're not able to get out, we have tons of shut-ins in Muncie. We do delivery routes, so we're able to bring food to people.
Even though the Trump administration is giving back half of the benefits, it won't be enough to support SNAP recipients like Kirsten Wilson. In times like these, the sense of community is what matters most.
Now is the best time to come together just as neighbors and people who care about each other and want to see each other fed.
Wilson says generosity, no matter how small, will help local families get through the holidays.
Make the world that we do want to live in, the communities that we do want to live in and be a part of.
And Edwards agrees with just that.
It's such an opportunity to be able to really love on hurting, broken people. If everybody does their part, there will be enough.
Right now, especially with the holiday season coming up, donations are encouraged more than ever. In Muncie, I'm Lily Taveras with NewsLink, Indiana.
If anyone you know is struggling with food insecurity, visit findhelp.org, and you can visit munciemission.org to learn more about their Thanksgiving meal.
Between the first week of school and the week of fall break, colleges become a part of a nationally recognized time called the Red Zone. NewsLink Indiana's Abby Urban met with on-campus support to better understand the period. And just a warning for our viewers, this story discusses topics of sexual assault, domestic violence, and alcohol abuse.
The Red Zone is the time spanning the start of the fall semester through Thanksgiving break on college campuses where there's an increase in alcohol abuse and sexual violence.
And while these two things are correlated, there's a high rate of sexual violence and a high rate of alcohol consumption, they're just that, correlated, but not causation, right?
More than 50% of sexual assaults that happen on college campuses happen during the Red Zone. On Ball State's campus, students can find support and education opportunities in many places, starting with each other.
The first step is just to start talking about it, to say, this is the Red Zone, this is something that happens here at Ball State, and we all need to be aware of it and step in and speak up.
The Center for Survivor Support is another resource for those affected by the Red Zone. Both confidential and non-confidential resources are available.
Sometimes it's hard to know, like I said, where to report. So my advice would be knowing that you're brave, being proud of yourself for wanting to move forward and report, and coming to talk with us, and we can figure out the next steps. My advice for students that are not ready to report yet is do it in your own time. Take your time. Sometimes you're not ready to report, and that is okay. We still welcome those conversations in the Center for Survivor Support.
A way students can be proactive in unsafe situations is by practicing bystander intervention and participating in the 3 Ds. A situation can be diffused by either directly intervening, distracting, or delegating to someone who can better handle the situation. On top of working with students and offering hands-on resources, the Center for Survivor Support and the Office of Health Promotion and Advocacy promote that knowledge is the real power.
Just be like, yes, like, I encourage you. I am like, here's this education, do with it what you will. Education is a tool for making safer choices.
Along with working with off-campus partners, the Center for Survivor Support works with Alpha Chi Omega, creating events like Paint the Campus Purple to promote conversation and support.
It's really hard to know what can help you if you don't know what resources you have.
Even though standing up and speaking up can be hard, the center wants survivors to know one thing.
I see you. I hear you. I believe you. I think a lot of survivors feel unseen or unheard. Like they are screaming from the rooftop, something happened to me, and it can feel like people don't care or things like that.
In Muncie, Abby Urban, NewsLink, Indiana.
For support, you can contact the Center for Survivor Support by email at survivorsupport@bsu.edu or at 765-285-3775 for in-person visits. The Center for Survivor Support can be found on the 2nd floor of Ball State's Health Center.
Now, over the weekend, we did lose an hour. We were set back an hour. Yeah. I benefited from the hour setback. I enjoyed the extra hour of sleep, but the darkness, so at an early time, I'm not really a fan of that. Aiden, how do you think about that?
I'm not a fan of it either. I got to walk very far for some of my early morning classes, and it's always really, really cold, but I'm hoping we maybe see some warming up here and there so I don't have to dress as heavily. So let's see what Rachel has for us.
Yes, thank you so much. It is very cold right now. Taking a look at our current temperatures, 45 in Indianapolis, 43 in South Bend, and 44 down in Evansville. But for the next 12 hours, we are just going to continue to see it getting colder, 39 at midnight, and those 37 and 35 going into early morning tomorrow. And what we're tracking, dry conditions, Friday showers, and cooler weekend conditions, that on my future forecast.
And coming up, one discount grocery store is helping with the holidays. Find out what they are doing differently.
And Oreo is releasing a new flavor line. Stay tuned to hear the different tastes.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. If you're concerned about your SNAP benefits or just watching your spending, Discount Grocer Lidl is offering a Thanksgiving dinner bundle that feeds 10 people for under $36. That's nearly $10 less than last year's bundle and less than $3.60 a person. Those prices do not include taxes, and the bundle includes a 14-pound turkey at 25 cents a pound and 20 other Thanksgiving staples, including russet potatoes, pie crust dough, cranberry sauce, and Hawaiian sweet rolls. Shoppers build their own bundle, choosing all the items they want separately, so there's no bundle box. The bundle deal runs from Wednesday through the day before Thanksgiving, and you will need to use the Lidl's app to get bundle prices. And Lidl notes individual prices can vary by store locations. The German Grocers deal is only available at its more than 185 stores in the United States. Aldi and Walmart are offering similar bundles, but for $40.
It's what you get when you cross Oreos with Thanksgiving. Oreo is launching 6 new Thanksgiving-themed flavors. Those flavors include turkey stuffing, sweet potato, and creamed corn. There's also caramel apple pie, pumpkin pie, and cranberry sauce. Each Oreo cookie is covered and infused with one of the 6 flavors. The cookies come in a limited edition Oreo-shaped tin, which includes 12 cookies, 2 of each flavor. The Thanksgiving-flavored Oreos are only available through the Oreo website.
I've got the details on cooler conditions after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our current temperatures, we see it is 45 in Indianapolis, 42 up north in Fort Wayne, and 38 down in Terre Haute. But as we take a closer look at our local area, it is 47 degrees here in Muncie right now, 39 up in Marion, and 41 down in Richmond. For the next 12 hours, temperatures are going to decrease, 39 by midnight, and then going down to 37 and 35 into early morning tomorrow. And for tonight, we are going to see clear skies with a low of 32 degrees, just hitting that below freezing mark, with winds from the west at 5 miles per hour. So if you do plan to go out tonight, be sure to wear something heavy because it'll be really cold. And for tomorrow, we are going to continue to see those high 30s, 36 as you head out at 8 a.m. with mostly sunny skies, winds pretty calm. But as we hit that afternoon time, we go up to 57 with increasing clouds and winds kind of picking up and whatnot. And as we hit 5 p.m., we are going to see 61 degrees with a surface wind change. And for our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, as we look out west, we see above average temperatures, which is really different than from what we see in our area. We see below average temperatures in that Central Plains, Midwest, East Coast area. And as for our drought monitor, we are going to see extreme droughts, and this makes sense as we have been seeing more drier conditions lately. We see severe around us and dry as well as moderate, and this will all kind of go away as we get some rainfall heading into Friday. And for our wind gusts, we are going to see pretty calm winds on Tuesday, but then as we head into Wednesday evening, we are going to see those winds sort of start to pick up as well as change direction. And for the 7-day forecast, we are going to see temperatures in those mid to high 60s, 68 for our warmest temperature this week with a bit windier conditions. And then we are going to see some rain on Friday, 80% chance of showers with our high temperature of 62 degrees. But then as we take a look at this weekend forecast, we are going to see temperatures start to drop from that rain, kind of cooling things down a little bit. 49 as we head into Sunday with some possible scattered showers here and there. And then as we take a look at our low from Sunday into Monday is going to be 27 degrees, below freezing temperatures, and we are going to see colder weather on Monday. And with all of this cooler weather making its way into our area, what are we thinking? My
heart is breaking as I'm hearing you talk about the weather. I'm a girl who gets cold very easily. So when we talk about below freezing temperatures, I get frigid just sitting here.
Yeah, I personally enjoy the cold a little bit, but too much of a good thing is not a good thing.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much, Rachel, for weather. There's lots more to get into on NewsLink Indiana, and Addison Yoder has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Kamara and Aiden. One team returns to the MAC tournament and one hosts their season opener tonight. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.
You alright?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Addison Yoder with sports. The Dodgers won back-to-back World Series titles after defeating the Blue Jays in Game 7. On Saturday, the Los Angeles Dodgers made history, being the first team in 25 years to win back-to-back championships and claim their 9th World Series victory. The Blue Jays jumped ahead early with a Bo Bichette 3-run homer in the third, but the Dodgers responded late in the game with homers from Will Smith and Miguel Rojas to send Game 7 into extra innings, tied at 4. Then, in the 11th inning, Will Smith delivered again with a solo home run to push the Dodgers ahead and beat the Blue Jays 5-4. Dodgers Yamamoto won MVP with his dazzling performance on the mound with a 1.05 earned run average in the series. Kicking things to the pitch, one of Ball State's teams had a weekend full of accomplishments. NewsLink Indiana's Stephen Grotta stepped onto the field for more.
As a freshman, you want to win games, but as a senior, it's not something you can recreate, just like trying to not let your career end.
After missing the MAC tournament last year for the first time since 2021, the Ball State women's soccer team made the return to the tournament this weekend. The 4th-seeded Cardinals would take on the 5th-seeded Kent State Golden Flashes in a game that would go the distance and end in penalty kicks. But getting back to the tournament was no easy feat.
We train fast, we train physical. So we try to prepare our players as best we can for what they're going to see in the games. And
on top of the Cardinals getting their first tournament win since 2022, it was head coach Andy Stutz's first postseason win as a head coach.
More happy for our players, happy for our seniors, that they get a chance to play another game.
And the accomplishments within the team don't stop there, with senior forward Addie Chester winning MAC Forward of the Year.
You don't come into a season with that goal. My whole goal this season was win games, and the accolades that come with it do. So.
The next step in this tournament for the Cards is to take on the 1st-seeded Western Michigan Broncos. But despite being the underdogs, Chester is confident in her team.
And championship games come down to who wants it more, and I think that we're a team that's our identity, right? So hopefully we can pull out a few more here.
With the biggest game of the year still yet to come, the Cards are set on fighting till that final whistle. In Columbus, Stephen Grotta, NewsLink, Indiana.
Keeping things with award-winning Cardinals, 2 women's volleyball players have earned MAC awards for the 3rd time this season. Junior Lindsey Green and freshman Reese Agnes have been named the Mid-American Conference Setter Pair of the Week. This award comes after a stellar weekend in which the Cards went 3-0 in MAC play, punching their ticket to the MAC tournament. In one of those wins, Green made some history too, becoming the 17th player in Ball State history to record 1,000 career assists. Shooting things over to the court, both Ball State basketball teams are in action as their respective seasons tip off as a part of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. The men's team will be up first as they host the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns in Worthen Arena. Last time out, the Cards fell to Purdue Fort Wayne 84-70 in an exhibition, so they'll look to start the regular season on the right foot. History is in their favor, however, as the Cardinals have not lost at home in a MAC Sun Belt game challenge. And that trend continues as that game just wrapped up with the Cards taking it 75-64. The women, on the other hand, will tip off an hour later in their MAC Sun Belt Challenge game at Arkansas State. Ball State only returns 4 players from their MAC championship team last season, but they do have an influx of experience. 5 of the Cardinals' newest stars have represented their national teams, with 4 of them playing professionally before coming to Muncie. Ball State currently holds the lead as the game enters the third quarter in Arkansas. Definitely so excited to see basketball start here.
I'm very much looking forward to basketball season. I love basketball. I mean, the energy within the arena is always just up, and the students as well. I mean, I just love the energy.
Yeah, I think not only has it been a great time to be a Cardinal athletic sports fan, but it's looking to be a great future with the great start to this men's basketball season, and I'm thinking our women's basketball team is going to do pretty good as well.
They did so well last year. I'm so excited to see how they do this year.
Absolutely, I agree as well. Well, thank you so much, Addison. Well, coming up, one late night show host has been renewed. See when their next season is.
And we have one final look at your weather. Stay with us.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Jon Stewart is staying put after a new deal with Paramount.
And this deal keeps Stewart as host of Comedy Central's The Daily Show once a week through next year's midterm elections. Other correspondents on the program will take the anchor's chair on Tuesdays through Thursdays. Stewart hosted the program from 1999 to 2015. Last year, he returned to helm the show on Mondays. Fans of The Daily Show were worried that Stewart might not return after Paramount went through a long merger process and made some concessions to the Trump administration. Earlier this year, Paramount-owned CBS made the decision to end The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, which will leave the air on 2026. Of Stewart, the head of Comedy Central said his continuing role helps continue a commitment to delivering, quote, incisive comedy and sharp commentary, end quote. Well, I mean, I don't know if I need a light jacket to go outside tomorrow or a heavy coat. What do you think, Aiden?
I don't know, but I think Rachel will tell us here soon.
Yeah, let's take a look at our final weather. So for Tuesday and Wednesday, we are going to see upper 60s, and Friday, like I mentioned, 80% chance of rain showers. And on Sunday, we are going to see scattered showers, like I mentioned earlier, but possibly some snow flurries. What are we thinking on that?
Not looking forward to it, Rachel. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm okay with the 68 on Wednesday.
I'm just thinking we'll need a jacket at some point this week.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we have tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.